Hello, here's another video. I was making a chain in my last video of 21 stitches, and this one I'm going to make a little shorter to demonstrate the single crochet. This video is about single crochet. Alright, so here I have a chain ready to go. You can see that if you count, I see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chains across. You don't count the one that's on the hook, and you don't count the little knot there that's at the end, that slip knot from when I started my chain. So there's 9 stitches across the hook. Alright, for the single crochet, what we're going to do is we're going to travel back from right to left across the front of this chain. You know, we always think of the front being this side that looks like a braid in your hair, like so. And the back is the side that only has one bump. Okay? If you look close at a crochet stitch, it looks something like these 3 fingers all mashed together. You know, it's something like that. So the front is the side where you see 2 strands of yarn. Let's leave this pinky out of it for now. 2 strands are on the front of the crochet chain, and the back side has just 1. Okay, so that's how you can tell the back from the front. That's the back strand, and these are the front strands. Once in a while in a pattern they will tell you to do something under the top strand, or only under the top 2. Okay, so just keep that in mind and look at that shape of what the stitch really looks like. It's a 3-stranded thing that you're looking at. Alright, so this is the starting position. I've got my hook in my right hand. If you're left-handed, you'll do it the other way around. I plan to make some left-handed videos. They will be hilarious because I'm not left-handed, but I can do it. And then 2 wraps around your index finger on the left hand. It's a good idea, in my opinion, to have the yarn coming off the top of your index finger like it is right here. In other words, not this way, because the yarn doesn't move as smoothly to your work when it's coming off the back side of your index finger. Twirl your finger under the yarn, and this is going to be the best hold. And by the way, it's also the best hold for continental style knitting, which would be in another video of mine. Okay, so I'm going to poke my hook into the stitch, but it's not that first stitch. That's the one we've just emerged from. You can't go in there. You go in the next one. So remember, I said this is 9 crochet stitches. We've just lost 1 just as we start, by the way. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Now I have 2 loops on my hook because I went in and grabbed a loop. Okay? Now the grabbing of a loop, the way that you do it, makes a difference too. If I just grab the loop like this, I'm liable to lose it on my way back through. Better to dip your hook under the yarn. Now I have a good grip on it, and I won't lose it when I go back through. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Had 2 loops on the hook, I grabbed one, and I went through. Here is where people make a tragic mistake, and that is tightening too much. Do not tighten too much. Just close or almost touching the other stitches is plenty good. Okay? Now poke your hook into the next stitch. Now where is it? Well, look for that teardrop, and you'll see the next available one is here. You don't want to poke your hook into the same hole unless your pattern says make more than 1 stitch in a hole. So here I have 2 on the hook. I'm going to dip my hook under and pull that loop through. Remember, if you don't dip your hook under the yarn, you don't have a good grip on it. Just doing this will work, but you're liable to lose it as you try and travel back through. So, where am I going next? Right down here in this crevice at the base of a stitch. Grab a loop and bring it out. Stop and look. Yarn over and come on through. Notice I do not snug the stitches down or pull tight with my right hand, ever. That's because I learned as about an 8-year-old that that's a mistake. What happens is if you pull them real tight, and you might think you need to make them neat, if you pull them real tight, on the next row you will have a terrible time trying to get your hook through. So take my word for it. Work loose, at least at first, you know. Now dip down into the next stitch, get your yarn and bring it out. Look at 2 loops on the hook, dip your yarn under, and come on through. And don't stop and tighten. It's a very rare person who makes the stitches too loose. As long as they are close when you're finished making your stitch, you're good enough to go. And look for that crevice at the base of a stitch where you're definitely going underneath 2 pieces of string. Catch a loop and bring it out. Oops, sometimes it's hard to catch. Bring it out. By the way, after row 1, it gets much easier to hold your little worm of stitches that's growing. The last one is here. Got a loop, brought it out, and yarn over and go through 2. So what have we got when we finish this row? Hopefully you can see this on camera. I have 8 stitches here. We count every one of these little teardrops across the top ridge of this thing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This last piece is your loop that's waiting to go on the next row. Okay? So I have 8. I started with 9. I lost one at the beginning because remember we skipped that first stitch when we started. Every crochet stitch has a number of stitches that you skip at the beginning of a row. So when you turn, okay, we're going to turn this to the left and get ready to go again. We'll be starting here on the right hand side and traveling across the top. When you turn, you have to make what I call a compensating stitch that makes up for the stitch we'll lose. We're going to lose one when we get going because as you can see, we have just emerged from this first stitch at the end. So we need to make up for the fact that we're going to be going into the second hole from the hook. And every stitch has a different number of chain stitches that you make at the beginning of a row. So in the case of the single crochet, which we're making right now, you have 1 chain stitch that you have to make before you start across. So there's my chain. Now I've backed up by 1 stitch from where I can start, which is here. Now that I'm 1 stitch away from there. So going in is easier now because you can see 2 strands on the top ridge. Go under 2, bring your loop out, wrap and go through 2. Go under 2, wrap and bring them out. Go through without tightening. Get another one, bring them out, and travel across the row. Let me just go ahead and do it quickly. Getting across, and at the end you want to count your stitches and see, do you still have 8? Now continue in this way, making row after row and always making a chain stitch at the beginning of each row. Once you see that you have 8 every time, you're ready for another stitch, a new one, new stitch, and our next one will be the half double. Okay, let's see if I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. See you at the next class.